everybody? It's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me of the Wars of Chaos, versus Mistress of the new Dark Elves. Different opponent, but yeah, the new Dark Elf book. So yeah, sit back, relax, and prepare to be amazed. My list had some small tweaks this time. I still got my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. I still got the Mark Zinch, level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Demon Blade, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, and he uses the Lore of Metal. My heroes were the Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Zinch. He's still the Mark Zinch with BSB, Demonic Mount that's Barded, Great Weapon, Talisman of Preservation, Poisonous Slime, and a Third Eye of Zinch. He's backed up, of course, by his friend, the Chaos Sorcerer Asherkis the Muse. He's still Mark Slaanesh with the level 2 Wizard, Steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness, Enchanted Shield, Skull of Catan, Luckstone, Ruby Ring of Ruin, and the Lore of Slaanesh. My core choices have changed slightly. I've still got the 24 by Chaos Warriors with Mark Zinch, Hand Whip and Shield, and the Banner of Eternal Flame. I've still got the throwaway unit of 5 Chaos Warhounds with poison attacks. But I've added a unit of 5 Marauder Horsemen with the Mark of Slaanesh with spears, shields, throwing axes, and they have a Banner Musician. And I got rid of the trolls, put these guys in instead, because the trolls are useless. For the way I'm running them, all they're doing is giving my opponents combat res and killing my BSB, which I'm tired of. So the BSB now runs by himself because with a 2-up armor, 3-up ward, he's going to be able to pretty much weather anything. Cannons be damned. And with his great weapon, Strength 7, bring it on, Steam Tanks, let's play. But, yeah, I put the Marauder Horseman in there with throwing axes, Banner Musician, because it gives my opponents something to shoot at other than my Hellstriders. So when I run into an army with small amount of shooting, I have a better chance of making the Hellstriders live, and the Marauders with their throwing axes still Strength 4, so they don't, not have a purpose. So it's kind of fun. I've still got my 2 chariots, 1 Mark Zinch and 1 Mark Slaanesh. The Slaanesh one, of course, is Orcish Elegance. My special choices are my 5 by Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with Banner Musician, Spear, and Shields. My Chimera, Trifection, with Poison and Regen. And, of course, my rare choice, the Mutalith Vortex. That's right, multiple voices for your listening enjoyment. My opponent's list, again, this is from memory, so if I'm wrong, buddy, if you're watching this, go ahead and update it in the comment section, or mercilessly ridicule me on the forums. I really don't care. He had a Dreadlord, which was his general, who on a cold one. He had a great weapon, a Sea Dragon Cloak, the Armor of Destiny, a Dawnstone, and I think that's it. But really, once you have the great weapon, the Armor of Destiny, and Dawnstone, what more do you really need? I mean, let's face it. He had a Supreme Sorceress, Mistress, who was a level 4 Wizard, Talisman of Preservation, Sacrificial Dagger, and the Lore of Dark Magic. I'm almost positive that's all she had. But if I'm wrong, again, watch the comment section. His heroes consisted of a Death Hag, BSB, Cauldron of Blood, and the Obsidian Blade, which is a genius kit because when she wounds, damn your armor. And he had a Master on a Dark Pegasus, who had a Lance, a Shield, and a Cloak of Twilight. And let me tell you something, the Cloak of Twilight and a Lance combo is devastating, especially considering he's on a Dark Pegasus. Holy God. His core choices, I think, were 20 by Witch Elves with a Banner Musician and the Razor Standard, a unit of 20 Dread Spears, the Sacrificial Lamb unit, with a Banner and Musician, 20 Dark Shards with a Musician and a Banner. I don't recall if they had the Flaming Banner or not. I don't recall if they had a Magic Banner at all, but it's kind of irrelevant. And he had his special choices, 3 Reaper Bolt Throwers, and a unit of 10 Cold One Knights with full command. And if they had a Magic Banner, I don't think he did. I think he ran out of points, but I'm not 100%. And his rare choice was a unit of 5 by Warlocks with a Musician. And keep in mind, there are a bunch of proxies in this. As I go through his army, I will let you know what is what. So don't worry, I'm not going to let you live in confusion too much longer. Here are my spells. 4 from Metal, 2 from Slaanesh, 1 from the Ruby Ring of Ruin, and of course my Mutalist spell, which isn't shown here because there's no card for it. Here are his spells, all from the lore of Dark Magic, and I'm quickly becoming a non-fan of Dark Magic. It's a really good lore. It's like, ugh, stop hitting me with that. Here's deployment. As you can see, pretty much just kind of lined up against each other. His main bricks are in the center with his Warlock's fast cav in front of him, so his witches didn't have to, charge or, possibly fail a leadership test and charge. His archers are over there to deal with my fast cav and my dogs. And yeah, he's got his cold ones and his psychopath friggin' master on a dark Pegasus just begging me to get close enough to charge. I didn't realize he had the Twilight Cloak at the time, but why would I? It's a closed. We don't play open lists. We play closed. So my plan here was send the Marauders, the Marauder Horsemen up to kind of squeak past, hopefully, and get into his Reaper Bolt Throwers as fast as possible. My Mutalith and my Demon Prince were going to just kind of give him something else to shoot at. The core with my 2 chariots and the warriors, they were going right up the middle to deal with his Witch Elves. The BSB was going to go where needed with the dogs and the Hellstriders with the Ashikis running up to roll that flank, which was the plan. I'll show you how well it worked out. Right here, there's some old Dark Elf models. They're the Dark Shards. Not as cool as the new ones, but functional. Not a proxy, actually what they are. Here's his center. The Cauldron, obviously, with his Death Hag holding onto his BSB. Kind of a modified Cauldron. I like it. I see what he did there. He's got his unit. Those aren't Dark Elf Spearmen in that unit. Those are actually Witch Elves. They just have to get naked and become girls and get 2-hand weapons. But you get the idea. The models represent what they are. The 5 Marauders sitting in front of them are actually his Warlocks. Those models haven't been released yet, so you have to proxy them. Thanks, GW. And that unit behind him is the Dark Elf Spearman unit with Mistress, which is the little half-naked chick, the metal model in the middle of the unit there. And yeah, they're looking forward to becoming Paradise. And here's his left flank. There's his general on a cold one, surrounded by invisible cold ones. Ignore that. Yeah, like I said, proxy models. These things are expensive, take time to put together. You understand. To our left of the cold one unit is those 3 tiles that you see there. Those are his bolt throwers. And over to the right, our right, is his Psycho Elf on a Psycho Dark Pegasus. Here's my right flank. There's my Chimera. There's my Marauder Horseman, new to the army. There's my Mutalith Vortex. And you can kind of see the wings of the Demon Prince, and as it comes over, you get to see the rest of him. Shh, hushed, aw. Here's my center, Tzeentch Chariot. If you notice, I got the actual correct model for the chariot, and my wife is working on painting him, so I'm very excited about that. I've got my Chaos Warriors in the middle, Orcish Elegance to their left, and over next to them is, you can kind of half see him there, is my BSB running on his own. The way Tzeentch intended. Right, here's my left flank. There's my Hellstriders with Ashikis moving on up with the dogs. And I don't know why my camera does this weird Twilight-looking picture thing, but it's kind of cool for the ambience. So yeah, enjoy it, or don't, whichever, it's up to you. So yeah, here's top of turn 1 after movement. And as you can see, I did not get to go first. He did, which sucks. Yeah, so I knew my fast cav was in a lot of trouble, but he does not move at all. Well, his Warlocks go running around because they know what the Hellstriders are going after, and they want a shot at me first. And so, yeah, we go to Magic Phase, and he gets his shot. He puts Doombolt through from them, irresistible. Nothing I could do about it. He loses 1 for his trouble. I lose 5. All the Hellstriders die. So, yeah, irresistible force from the Warlocks, top of turn 1, killing off all my Hellstriders. It was not very nice. During his shooting phase, he takes careful aim at my Marauder Horsemen and kills 3 of them, which was also rude. And there was no combat. So we went to bottom of 1 after movement, and I move up a lot because I'm not happy. The Chimera moves up to countercharge, and Mutalith moves up to fire off his spell at the cold ones, because it's no armor save. The Marauder Horsemen move up their 16 towards the bolt throwers because it's either kill me or I will charge you. While the Warriors and the Chariots move up to get a hold of the Witch Elves, and the BSB kind of dives into the soft cover there, the ruins. Just simply, I didn't know where else to put them. The dogs move up to give the archers something to shoot at, and the Hellstriders move up to get a little bit. Well, I shouldn't say Hellstriders. Ashicus rolls up to get a hold of some revenge, hopefully. During my magic phase, I get Searing Doom off on his unit, and I think the Mutilus spell also went off. It was the cascading one. I forgot to get a picture. It doesn't do it well. It does pretty good. I think it kills 2 or 3 of the Cold One Riders, and then it kind of bounces through. I get a hold of some witches. I get a hold of. I think I put 1 wound on one of his bolt throwers. It's not huge, but it's something, and I'll take it. And of course, he takes Searing Doom to the unit of cold ones. It goes off, and he ends up with 6 dead cold ones altogether, or 7 dead cold one knights. So he's got his general and 3 knights left, which is pretty good. I'm okay with that. Here's a different angle of all the death. That's right, the invisible thing that he was trying to do didn't work. Totally saw him, totally magicked him. So since that's all I can do, we go to top of 2 after movement, and his psychopath elf on the Pegasus charges my Mutilith. And it just kind of shocked me that he would charge the Mutilith. And I figured maybe he had something like an Ogre Blade or a Giant Blade or something insane that I just couldn't do anything against. So I fled with the Mutilith. He redirected into my Marauder Horseman, who also fled, thinking that, hey, if he's out in the open, my Chimera can get a hold of him in the flank and be able to take out that character. That'd be great. So he rolls, needing a 10 to catch him. He rolls an 11, so 21 inches, lands, catches the Marauders, and destroys them within 6 inches of the Tzeentch chariot that fails its panic check, is too far away from the BSB, and flees like 8 inches directly away from the Psychopath Elf. So my whole right flank crumbles because he rolls out of the box and outplays me, which is rude. So, yeah. Other than that, the witches don't move. His Supreme Sorceress and the Elves, they fall back a little bit because he doesn't like where I'm at. And the Warlocks move around to get a better shot at my Ashicus. So, yeah. Here's a better picture of his Psycho Elf killing my Marauders. He did actually take a wound when he went into the Dangerous Terrain. He failed his Dangerous Terrain check and does not have a ward save or anything, so he took a wound. Yay! Yeah, there's the fleeing Mutilith. Yeah, the Psycho Elf scared him, and rightfully so, I guess. Here's my new chariot. Yeah, just, I don't even have an excuse for him. You know what it was? Not fully painted, and until they have their full suit of paint on, they're cowards. So, yeah. And, oh yes, of course, his Cold One Riders and his General charge my Demon Prince, who stands and takes it because I'm an effing Demon Prince. Bring it on! So during his shooting phase, the archers do what the archers do. They take careful aim at the Wirefox Terriers of Doom and shoot them to death. Kill them to a dog. They teach them to sit, stay, die, good doggies. We go into combat, and he actually doesn't do anything to me. He's got a great weapon. He's got all of his stuff. He doesn't do anything to me. I roll 9 attacks, and I roll like 4 of them on myself. I roll 4 ones to hit. The ones that hit him, he had a rerollable 4-up armor save, after the -3. And a 4-up ward. It's the old blood kit out that my Lizardman opponent uses. It's a genius kit out, and when I saw it, I knew my Demon Prince was doomed. The fact that he didn't wound me at all, I was thrilled about, but I decided, apparently, that the Demon Blade was going to wound me because if the elf isn't going to do it, I'm going to do it. I don't save. 2 wounds get through. I don't soul feeder him. And so now my Demon Prince is half dead and he's done nothing. So I'm now puckering here, realizing that, oh man, this is a bad matchup, and there's no way to bail him out. So here's bottom of 2 after movement, and as you can see, I should say real quick, after our combat with the Demon Prince and his Lord, he reformed after he won combat so that his master didn't take him out of combat, just moved him over to the edge so if the Chimera charged, the only thing it could hit was the master, which means, yay, plus 2 combat, 1 for the charge, 1 for the flank, but I was SOL, so maybe in hindsight I should have charged, but I had no idea how that combat was going to go, and so I decided not to. I decided to send a Chimera over to the Bolt Throwers, try to deal with them, because my Marauder Horsemen are dead now. And so, yeah. So meanwhile, the Mutalith and the Chariot rally and turn to face Psycho Elf. The Warriors and the other Chariot bulk. I didn't really know what to do. I should have probably kept going after the Witch Elves like was my original plan. I did not, much to my detriment later on. And the BSB stays right where he's at because I don't know what to do with him either. I'm kind of torn. I figured I'll just soak up some shooting from his Dark Shards. And Ashigus moves over to get a better shot off at the Warlocks because he's the only one that can really kill him now. Which he does. We go into Magic, and he gets Slicing Shards off on him and kills 2 of them. Claims their souls for Slaanesh. I don't know if you're familiar with the rules for the Warlocks, but they have a 4-up ward save against everything except for Slaanesh marked items. Or units. And Ashikus is so Slaanesh. So yeah, he kills 2. No ward saves. No, they have like a 6-up armor, and that's it. And their courage fails them, which makes sense. You know, the Slaanesh guy is killing them off, claiming their souls for Slaanesh, which is like the Dark Elf's night terror dreams. So they fled, which was kind of cool. Over here, we go into combat, and yeah, his Lord gets a wound through on my Demon Prince. I, of course, do nothing to him because he's got 4s, 4s, and 4s to save it. And believe it or not, he actually made it to ward saves. He passed one. I'm like, other Trickster Shard, and he passed it. He rolled a 4, and then he rolled a 5. So it's like, So he wins combat once again, and I die a little on the inside. Over here, top of 3 after movement. Yeah, his Psycho Elf goes into my Chariot. At this point, I'm like, well, maybe he's just relying on his re-rolling, Strength 6 Lance hits. I should be able to weather this. I didn't realize he had the Twilight Cloak. His Warlocks rally and get a better angle, turn to face the Ashikus to try to kill him. And other than that, his Supreme Sorceress and her Elves move up so that she can get a better range on things for magic. Yeah, over here, it made me a little nervous, this Psycho Elf just charging in like that. I really didn't know what to think or do. And then we go into combat, because magic and his shooting is a wash, so we go into combat, and of course... my Demon Prince is actually able to wound him once. I get one through, but he's able to do a wound to me as well. It gets through. I actually made my ward save, but he had the other Trickster Shard as well. That's right. So yeah, his Dreadlord had the other Trickster Shard as well, and kills my Demon Prince. So yeah, not good. After winning the combat, they turn to reform, and he offers up the flank to the Chimera. I knew if I charged him with the Chimera in the flank, he's just going to move his Lord over and swing away at the Chimera. But I also knew that if the Chimera charged the bolt throwers whose shots he weathered this turn, I might get 1, possibly 2, and then they're going to charge me in the flank, have charge, flank, banner, lance charges, and all that stuff. I'm thinking maybe I can weather his attacks. Maybe he'll fail a fear check. There's a lot of things that could happen. I'll be up by 2 because I'll have charge and flank. He's not steadfast. Maybe I can get this unit to break, and that would be great because I run him down and hopefully win. But I needed to do something because when he killed the Demon Prince, that's 655 points in his pocket, and I've got nothing so far. So I was getting worried. Over here in this combat, yeah, he smokes my Chariot because then he's like, oh yeah, I've got the Lance and I've got the Twilight Cloak, which is killing blow and D3 wounds on the first turn. So, awesome kit, unless you're on the receiving end. He actually got 2 wounds past my armor save, and I think he rolled a 6 and a 4, so it was like 5 wounds altogether. And he myrtleized me. So yeah, it was unfortunate, but it was a hell of a kit. Very impressive. And the Chariot rolls over and dies. So we go to bottom 3 after movement. And yeah, there's really nothing going on. The Chimera does end up... I just said, screw it. I'm going to charge your flank and see what happens. What's-his-face? Ashikus runs over behind the archers to get a better charge, or a better shot at the Warlocks without getting charged himself. Because at this point, I'm rolling poorly with my Skull of Catan, and I think I'm at like leadership 2. So I don't want to get into combat because if I lose by 1, it's snakes. I'm gonna break. And that's really about it. The Chariot my BSB and the Slanesh Chariot charged his Spearman Elves with his Sorcerer, and she fled, and I didn't make it. And I didn't try to redirect into the Witch Elves because I wanted to combine charge, and I didn't move the Warriors up. I should have moved him up. I figured he would charge my Chariot or my BSB, they would flee, and then the Warriors would get a charge on him. But that was what my hope was. Right here, there's a picture of the Chimera going into the Cold One Knights. You know, betting big to win big. I need to win this combat, and I need him to break. There's the Coward Elves fleeing with their Supreme Sorceress, Mistress. And yeah, there's we go to Magic Phase, and Ashicus finishes off the Warlocks. He gets Slicing Shards off on them again, kills them, and claims their souls for Slanesh, which is where they deserve to go, because they're filthy, filthy elves. I got kind of caught up in the moment. I've only got Ashicus. I got like 11 dice, 11 power dice this phase, so I went with it, and I cast Choir on the archers, forgetting completely that they could turn and charge me like a spawn. So yeah, that was stupid. But I killed 5 of them. That felt pretty good. They passed their panic test. So yeah, we go into combat, and believe it or not, the Chimera does like 4 wounds to the Lord, and he's able to 4/4/4 all of them, no problem. And he doesn't put anything back on me. I win this combat by 1 because he's got a banner, but he makes his break test, so it's already over. I know it, he knows it, but I'm holding on to hope. So we go over the top of 4, and it starts to be curtains for the Warriors. His Psycho Elf charges into the Mutalith, and by now I know what he's got, so I know I'm kind of SOL. His archers, random movement into Ashicus, because I'm kind of stupid sometimes. And his Witch Elves continue to stay where they are, while his Spear Elf, or his Dread Spears or whatever, and Supreme Sorceress rally. Yeah, rally no problem. So, it is what it is. You know, the Elves are outplaying me in a big way. There's a better picture of Psycho Elf going into my Mutalith, and it's like, oh yeah, I know what you got now, I'm screwed. There's the Coward Elves rallying, thinking that they're clever. Ugh. And there's the Dark Shards charging into Ashicus, and it's all over but the crying there. Over here, during his shooting phase, his bolt throwers fired and wounded me 4 times. And I needed a 5 up armor in order to save them, and then of course a 6 up ward because they're marked Tzeentch. So I fail all 4 of the 5 up armors like immediately, and it was kind of funny, and that's the reason I took the picture. It was as I pick up the 4 dice, I'm like, Tzeentch, save us! And with us needing a 6 up, I rolled 3 6s and a 3. And I would love to say like the lights flickered or there was a weird voice in the house or something crazy like that, but I'm starting to think that maybe Tzeentch is real, and perhaps he's messing with my head in fickle ways, because yeah, rolling 3 6s and a 3 on 4 dice, needing 6s to save, was very cool. So yeah, 1 guy does end up dying, but the 3 didn't, and yeah, Tzeentch, if you're out there, thank you. We go into combat, and apparently Tzeentch isn't as fond of Slanesh models as I'd like to believe. But yeah, they kill him, and it's sad. It's so sad. They don't kill him like, you know, in combat. They break him in combat and run him down. I don't remember if he goes off the table or if they catch him, but he dies, and I die a little on the inside. So yeah, he got the Warlocks though, and that's really what he was here for. You see, it's a moral victory. The whole purpose of this fight was because Slanesh wanted those Warlock souls because they were sworn to him, and they were trying to cheat Slanesh, and you don't do that. So by getting the Warlocks, it was like a fortitude mission. I actually won. My opponent just doesn't realize that because he's playing a different game, which is just sad. So yeah, over here, I take 3 wounds. I attack back. I think I did 1 more wound to him. He wins by 2 or 3. I don't make my break test, and I flee, but I get away. And the Mutalith is terrified of the Psycho Elf. Yeah, and over here, my Chimera, I don't think he takes any wounds, but he loses combat by 1 or 2. And needless to say, with the leadership 4, he's not sticking around. He flees, they pursue, and they catch him and kill him. I just couldn't. He did 5 wounds to him this time at -3, and with fours, fours, and fours, he saved every single one. I could not kill. I couldn't get past Dawnstone and a 4-up ward. It's just ugh, breaks my heart every time. So we go to bottom 4 after movement, and I'm running out of tricks. Ashkus is dead, so my left flank is gone. My BSB and my Chariot and my Warriors all charge the Witch Elves. The BSB and the Chariot make it, the Warriors fail, and the Mutalith fails to rally. I roll a 10, and then I roll a 3. So he's not off the table, but he's trying. So, yeah. Here's a better picture of the Chariot and the BSB charging into the Witch Elves with a Cauldron. I mean, this is just... I need to do something. You know, I'm losing. I haven't really killed anything other than some Warlocks. There's 125 points, maybe 135. Whoopee effing do, right? I need points. I need to do something. It's like, ah! So, yeah, there's a picture of the Mutalith. He's continuing to flee because I think he knows how this battle's going, and he wants to live his warped existence. But it's okay. It's okay. My Mutalith, if he flees... he does a lot for me in the games. He's allowed to flee. He's allowed to be a coward once or twice, you know, every 10 games. So yeah, we go into combat over against the Witch Elves, and again, he does an ungodly amount of wounds to my Chariot. I fail all my saves. It was insane. I needed like a 4 because he had the Razor Banner, and he just murders me. I mean, I only got like 1 or 2 from impact hits. It was disappointing to say the least. So yeah, he the Chariot dies before it can do anything. My BSB issued a challenge. The Death Hag accepted because she couldn't go anywhere. She was able to put a wound through on the BSB, but the BSB was able to kill her. I think, well, in an Eye of the Gods, as you can see, he gets the reroll. I think I may have won this combat, but I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't matter. What ends up happening is nobody breaks, and we go to another round of combat. So we go to top of 5. And as you can see, he forgets to charge with his Psycho Elf into the Mutalith. So the Mutalith, I'm thinking, yay, he's going to rally and turn and do his magic spell to the toughness 3. Well, toughness 4 because he's on a monstrous mount. Elf, and all I got to do is 1 more wound, then he's dead. Yay! His cold ones turn around to get back into the fight. And his Spearman Elves with the Supreme Sorcerer move up to get some spells off. Other than that, I mean, I think his Archers and his Bolt Throwers get ready to shoot up my Warriors. During his magic phase, since all my magic defense is gone, he gets Word of Pain and Cloak of Despair off no problem, all on my BSB, and it's like, ugh! Word of Pain only took -1 off of me, but you know what? I'm grabbing at straws here, so it's all I can do, and that's not helping me. During his shooting phase, his Bolt Throwers all take aim and shoot at the Mutalith and are able to kill him. Sorry, buddy. It sucks when the Mutalith dies. I hate it when he dies, but he got Bolt Throwered. He only had 2 wounds left, and he was able to do it. Sad. Then we go into combat. His Witch Elves do 3 wounds to me. 3 wounds. That's it. I fail all my armor saves. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Not a huge big deal. It's 3 wounds. All I need to do is roll 3s, and 2 3s, and I'm set. As you can see, I rolled 3 2s. This is just one more instance during this game that shows me that Tzeentch is real, and he's watching me because it was the BSB's time. 3 2s is exactly what he needs to roll in order to die, basically, with his 2-up armor and his 3-up ward. When you fail your armor saves, 3 2s are the only thing he's going to need to roll in order to just flat out die. And that's what I just rolled. And I'm not sure what the odds against that are, but if you're a mathematician, I'm sure your jaw has just hit the floor, because that sucked. So yeah, my BSB is gone. So we go to bottom of 5. Yay! And my Warriors, who's the only thing I have left, charge the Witches. I needed an 8 to hit them. I rolled a 7. So I trundle forward 4 inches, and we go to top of 6. And the Witches, they needed less than 8 to hit me. I think they needed a 4. And they hit the ever-loving poop out of me. Everything else runs over to watch the slaughter, and I cry silently into my shirt. Here's a better picture of the Crouching Doom. We go into combat, and holy God, the man can do no wrong. I mean, he gets 7 guys dead. I think I killed 4 or 5 witches, I don't remember. But he wins combat by enough. I don't remember exactly how much, but it was enough that I took a break test. Failed it, fled 3 inches, and they ran me down. So there it is, end of game, top of 6, and he's tabled me. To a man, like a man in combat. Nothing even fled off the table. He killed everything. Very impressive, very fun game. A little discouraging because I usually play better than that, but I'm playing a very good opponent. He has years of experience playing the Dark Elves, and this new book of tricks that he has is very nice. And he seems to be capitalizing on them very well. So yeah, any Dark Elf player that's watching this, take notes from this guy's play style and the way he kits things out. That Psycho Elf on the Dark Pegasus, a Lance and the Cloak of Twilight. Holy night terrors. I mean, wow. There's nothing that you can charge with him that you can't take down. I don't care if it's got a 2-up regen. You're set. His kit out for his general with the 1-up rerollable armor save and a 4-up ward with the other trickster shard and a great weapon. Oh my God, it hurts everywhere. Just everything. This list was fun to play against because it was such an extreme challenge, and I highly encourage Dark Elf players out there to study it, and anybody else out there, because this could be the staple that you're seeing, or that good players will take. Hint, hint. Alrighty, quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. You want the banners. Get those banners. Look at the banners. I got 5 awesome banners. You have 0 awesome banners. Send this guy an email or hit him up on Facebook and get you an awesome banner so that you can actually be respectable on the table. Yeah, that's right. I took it there. You're not respectable until you get a banner. Yep. Tell him Lord Tremendous sent you. It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, it was a crushing loss for me. I lost everything, and it wasn't like I fled off the table or anything. He killed every single model I put on the table. So I got to give it to my opponent. That was awesome. Well, for him, it was kind of painful for me, but it was still, it's Warhammer. I feel like I won just by being able to play. But yeah, Warriors of Chaos lost everything. The Dark Elves lost almost nothing. I got the unit of Warlocks, and I got 100 points for killing the banner. No points for actually killing the character because her chariot was still alive. And if you don't kill the mount, you get no points for the character. But the BSB was off the table at the end of the game. It lost in combat, so I get around 260 points maybe from everything compared to the 2,600 points he got out of me. So yeah, it was a massacre. Yeah, the Dark Elves got me. Yeah, it was good to see that the Pansy Elves can actually put up a fight. Yeah. Glass cannon definitely suits them, but man, when you get the wrong end of that glass, whoo! Yeah, that Lord kit out is a Demon Prince Ender. I've seen it before with the Old Blood on a cold one, but they have a 1-up armor, rerollable with the Armor of Destiny for a 4-up ward with a great weapon. Whenever I see that kit out, I know my Demon Prince is doomed. The problem is I don't know what who's got the kit out until I'm in combat with them, and they're like, challenge! And it's like, oh crap, I know what you have. But you know what? It's a good kit out. It's a genius kit out. Who am I kidding? And one day I will figure out a way around it, and that will be their end, their downfall. Yeah, I just couldn't get anything flowing for me in this game. I tried. God knows I tried, but it felt like I was on the back foot the whole game, and it's unfortunate. I had played a superior opponent, and I was on the back foot. He pressed me the whole time and won like he deserved to. It was a great game. However, I believe I won the moral victory when Ashikis was able to kill the Warlocks. Slanesh will be pleased, and so I take that, and I will. 5 Warlock souls to the good Lord, and that's all that matters. Yep, I win. So there. Yeah, it's not a loss, it's a win. But no, truly, it was a fantastic game. It was really cool to play the new Dark Elves, in this light, and getting a feel for them and stuff like that. I know what I did wrong, or I think I know what I did wrong, and I also know what he did right. So maybe I can try to move my army around to better not let that happen next time. But it was, like I said, it was a fantastic game. I'm really looking forward to revenge and a rematch because I need to kill more elves. I did not kill nearly enough elves in this one. So, yeah, that's what I feel cheated. I feel cheated. But yeah, that'll do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I do realize that some people like to watch me lose, so, that's okay. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, feel free to put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I read them. Thanks.